Hi, Jordan. Sorry, I'm a
Hey,
little.
Gia.
Hi.
How are you?
Good to see you.
Good to see you. I've been following on Instagram. I see you're busy.
A little busy? Yeah. You've been
Yeah.
following us. Amazing. I'm so happy
Yeah.
to do that. Thank you, Jordan.
Yeah. I saw you had an event, a Burberry event or something.
Yeah, we're having a Burberry event today, actually. It's a trench coat event.
Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm.
What's the turnout like for that?
I think it's just about very exclusive, about 20 people or so.
Cool.
Yeah.
Let's dive into it. What type of content do you think you'll be filming at that event?
At that event, we're probably going to have one of our staff going there. So today I won't be able to make it for the Burberry event, but one of our managers will be there to film, probably to record. Well, speaking of that, give me one moment. Anita.
Oh, I think you're muted.
Yeah, so basically they're going to have the manager is going to probably going there and then provide some value for their clients as well. So it's a mutually enriching relationship. So we're looking forward to. That's
awesome.
Yeah, thanks for following us.
Of course. Fill me in on kind of the I told you that today we can film some content.
Yes.
Are you ready for that or no?
That doesn't matter. We can still do it, and it will be a practice run if it's not good enough.
Okay. Sounds good.
I don't mind at all. And then also the other thing is our big opening ceremony. Like when you guys open your clinic, how did you coordinate your opening ceremony?
I'll tell you.
Yeah.
I'll tell you exactly what we did. But I'd like to. I was looking at the content, and I wanted to I was thinking about ways to give you value. And if you don't mind, I'd like to share, and then we can go into that, and then we can go into filming. So I have a lot of good stuff for you.
Amazing.
So I'm gonna try to share my iPad because I like to draw something for you, it'll just help me coach. Let me see. I just want to see if it works too. Oops, 1 second. Okay. Window.
We might want to create some content on Instagram. That's why.
So do you see my desktop? Should just be a blank desktop. And if so, I'm going to share my, I'm screen capturing or screen mirroring my iPad. Do you see a picture of my son at all or no?
Not yet.
Okay, so it's not working. I have to figure that out. One sec. All right. Well, I'm gonna try to draw it on a different thing using my mouse. One sec. How can I draw here? Oh, I know how.
Yeah, give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
Okay. Oh, cool.
Okay, Jordan, I'm back.
Okay. Let's see. Can you see like this little drawing of a triangle by chance?
Yeah, I can see now.
Okay, cool. Cool. I promise I'll get better at iPad stuff in the future. But so I wanted to talk about your content and it'll circle back into our grand opening and just how we're continuing to scale our own clinic. And we did I don't know the last time I told you, but we're doing a 175K a month now, which was a big win for us. And we were talking about that. We have our calls on Tuesday, so that's it was great, right? And a lot of it deals with organic content from social, and then also this is not in the course, but I'm telling you this, local citation campaigns, which I will 100% show you because it's been a big driver for us. Before I continue, in terms of local SEO, it's not in the course, so this is why I bring it up to you organically. Have you guys done that at all at your clinic or no?
Local SEO. Well, we have an SEO company that works for our on-site and off-site SEOs. I don't understand what you mean by.
No problem.
Yeah.
I'll show you this on the call, but I'd like to first start off with like your value-driven content, and this is what you do see in the course. But I wanted to just walk you through kind of what I'm looking for when I create content, so we can maximize ad spend. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Cool. So let me know if you see this. I'm going to draw a bigger triangle here. Let's see if it pops up. Do you see that at all?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So this is how I break it down in terms of how I create content. And it's not necessarily creating content for content's sake. You'll see in the program that we do keyword research, which will point you in the right direction. But in terms of creating content that I like to call it like, are you still there?
I'm here.
Okay. In terms of like creating what I call like virality or viral content, and really all that means is like attention plus shareability equals virality. And I'm not saying like, hey, we should be viral in a national sense. When I talk about virality is, hey, in our local area, are we getting enough attention and are they sharing it enough where it just maximizes our paid efforts? Because we know that when we run paid ads, we'll get the attention, right? We'll get the traffic. But where most clinics kind of fail is they don't work on the content piece, which is like 50% of the problem, right? So here's how I like to think about it, and I'm generalizing this for everybody, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of people, when they create content, especially like the value-driven, pieces of content, they'll focus in on the niche, right? And when I say niche, it's like women, moms, stuff like that, right? It's a general term. And although it's better than like just, casting a wide net, you can think about it as these people spend the least amount of money, but they have the most amount of people. Does that make sense? Right? The qualified individuals, it's just a step up at that. So of the niche of, say, it's moms, right? Maybe it's I'm just making this up, executive moms that live in the area that like Burberry. It's probably a crude example, but does that make sense what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, if you go up the triangle, right, they can spend a little bit more than the niche, but it's a lower audience.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The dream clients are the people that you actually want to work with. So it's like moms in the area, love Burberry, really prioritize aesthetics. They've done it before. They want accountability, and they want, a high-end service, and they're willing to spend high ticket money. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So basically, those are the people that can spend the most, but it's the least amount, right? So when you are creating content, we basically create messaging based on who we're targeting, and not to say that we want to cast a wide net, but even just acknowledging this will maximize your ROI when you begin to talk to a certain individual. Right?
Oh, I understand. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Understanding like your ideal client is going
Right.
to help us target the right ad for those people and
Right.
and find the right location and demographics.
Yes. I just noticed it's not moving when I move the iPad. Does you see it better now? Sorry.
Yeah, feel better. It makes sense.
But for every one of these, right? And I don't discount, sorry, I don't, right. Yeah, actually discount is the right word. I don't discount anyone in this triangle. So for instance, like when we did our grand opening, we did a very niche offer, right? It was like, hey, moms of Denver. Does that make sense? Right? And we casted a wide net because one, we wanted to get people by volume. We acknowledged that, hey, the cost to acquire a client, we might just break even on that. But one, what this will kind of allow us to do is, again, volume, which equals like, hey, we can also ask for Google reviews. You know what I mean? Video testimonials, which we did. But then also it gave us a better shot, especially in our grand opening, to sell the membership, which I don't know. I don't know if I told you we're doing like $9 a unit unlimited, but they have to pay the $99 a month to get that. Does it make sense? Right. So we focused in on volume, and I wanted to share this because you mentioned like what we did in our grand opening.
How much is the average price in Denver? Like your average price for Botox?
The average price, like $12. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. So basically you got significant less, but you get them on a membership.
Right. And the thing about it is, for us, we want. I learned this from the dude that created Paul Mitchell. I don't know if his name is Paul Mitchell, but he has long hair and a beard. Maybe it is. It probably is by his name. But he was like, we don't want to be in the business of sales. We want to be in the business of repeat. You know what I mean? So at least what we're experiencing at our clinic is like that compounding effect of MRR, or monthly recurring revenue, which is kind of unheard of at a clinic, or even like most clinics don't prioritize that. It's like, hey, we need to sell our memberships. Yeah, or sorry, we need to sell our services. Memberships are like on the back burner. It'd be nice, but we're like, hey, what if we focused on MRR? So, one, it's a compounding effect, right? It won't bear fruit, off the bat, because one, we're selling a $99 membership. It's not like we're selling a, 5K mommy makeover package, which we do as well. But we're like, hey, if we focus on MRR, the compounding effects will pay dividends in the future, and we'll start to kind of release the stress of getting sales each month.
So basically $9 a unit for Botox. Is there any other perks for the $99 a month?
They get a free facial, and we also do offer hydrofacial. So they can pay the difference for the hydrofacial. I can't remember what that was, but the free facial is just a basic facial.
Like, so basically they upgrade to a hydrofacial, which is usually $200 for us, or you can do like the free facial, which is worth maybe like $100 some for them, right?
Right, exactly. And it's almost. Do you guys have a massage envy in Canada?
What massage? What?
Do you have like a massage? Is a massage envy in Canada or no?
What's a massage envy?
Maybe not. It's like a massage chain place.
Oh,
Anyway,
yeah, have a massage chain place. Yes.
okay.
Yes.
I mean, like, you can ask my wife. I was like paying like $99 for like 12 months. I didn't even come in, and we're like, all right, we need to cancel this.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I wanted to segue to this, but let me finish up the triangle, and this will make a lot more sense on the second one. So in terms of content, right? So we acknowledge who we're trying to target: niche, qualified, and dream. Majority of content, at least in our content, we want to focus on dream, because if we're getting paid and we're working less, that's the dream, But again, we did it very broadly when we did our grand opening. But when we do create content, we also, from a psychographic level, we also take that into consideration too. Let me write this out. Right. So did that update on the screen? Oh yeah. Dream, thrive, survive. And where we make the most money is focusing on this. And here's why. So survive, right? And again, these are generalized kind of categories, right? Which can be applied to any business, but survive is what they need to survive, right? What keeps them up at night, what they need. So for instance, if it is your dream client that prioritizes, reaching their aesthetic goals, it's, hey, they want to maintain the buoyancy in their skin at all times. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Thrive is like, hey, something so outrageous where, medium outrageous, where it's like nice to have, but it's not something that keeps them up at night. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And then dream is like, hey, maybe they see like a celebrity, like a status or whatever, that may be nice, but they'll probably see it on their feed and then scroll past it, because it's not a, for lack of a better kind of context, it's unattainable for them. Like, that's their dream, but it's like, that's not real. So where we win is when we acknowledge, all right, who are we targeting, whether it be a niche, right, qualified, or our dream clients. And you can even think about this as like an ascension model. So you can essentially ascend them up to your dream clients through content. But in this juncture, to segment that out based on where they are in the sales funnel is how I like to think about it. But to create scripts based on what they deem is important to them, meaning they need this to survive, even considering their aesthetic goals, is where we want to live. And that is viral content, right? So again, it's like attention plus shareability equals virality. And again, I don't want you to throw off like, hey, we're not running a YouTube channel. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to go viral. My intention for you is to still follow the elements of what virality is to maximize ad spend, because that will just help out your marketing budget when you do promote these types of content. Does that make sense? Any questions on that?
No. It's good. Makes sense. Or when you talk about survive, like for example, can you give me an example of an ad that targets survive versus, dream or thrive?
Yeah. So a dream client could be, I don't know, new moms around your area that prioritize aesthetics, right? So a piece of content is, could be, here are 5 ways to maintain the buoyancy in your skin so you can enter an X.
Enter.
Right? And when I say X, enter in whatever they are deem is important in your local area. So what's one thing you were telling me, like there's Burberry around your location, a lot of affluent individuals, like what in your location, what is your dream client? What do they think they need?
I think in location, our ideal clients are mainly females who prioritize aesthetics. They want to look and feel good about themselves. They are working professionals or executive levels, and that they will do everything to make themselves look good when they go to work, when they show up for meetings, when they go to their husbands. They just want to look really good and sharp to keep themselves at the prime stage of their life.
Yeah. So if you're talking about executives, right? So you and I as business owners, we have to, again, lack of a better term, like when we're going to like events and networking, and it's a business to business scenario, we have to look a certain way to command influence and respect, unfortunately, right? So it's like, here's 5 ways to look your best, so you can be the best entrepreneur you can be. That might be too niche, but lack of a better example, just off the cuff. Does that make sense, or what I'm trying to say?
I know what you mean. Yes.
Yeah. So it's like that granular. So for you, it's like, I mean, one of the things that, technically you are my dream client, right? And what you need to survive, and survive can take on different roles and whatnot, is you want to get your time back. You don't want to be pigeonholed into doing everything. So you want to get your time through these models that you learn here, through content, through automations and all that stuff, right? Otherwise, you can't survive, because you even communicated to me is you feel like you have no time. Is that correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So it's stuff like that, right? That if you hit on like on the nose psychographically, like, and you're promoting a paid budget behind there, it's like they have no choice but to invest, because you are the solution, right?
So how often, what is the name of your company again?
Natura?
Venture. How do I write that?
Natura.
Natura. It's a beautiful name. And this what would be your unique proposition for for the clinic, for this Natura clinic?
Yeah, let me show you. Let me stop sharing.
I feel like the name itself is very unique in the sense that you're promoting probably something very natural, but
show you.
There's probably a lot of clinics in Denver. So how do you distinguish yourself?
So one, you know, I can tell you this much. Mostly all clinics that are around us are not doing the stuff that we're doing. And then, oh, that reminds me, I need to show you the organic SEO stuff, which will help out as well, right?
Okay.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to play this from the beginning. So like even this piece of content here is like, hey there, have you ever caught yourself daydreaming of ageless skin without the drama of surgical procedures, right? You're not alone. So for us, it's, I don't want to say affluent, but it's definitely working professionals that are millennials mostly, that say middle class, that want to look great but in a cost-effective way. So our positioning is, one, we're here to support you, help you keep you accountable to help reach your aesthetic goals at the most cost-effective price that you can't get anywhere else. Again, that's our messaging. Doesn't have to be yours, but that coupled with value-driven content, like spoken from an individual, completely is outperforming everybody in our local area, and I have the data to prove it.
Well, you're saying, I'm sorry, I was thinking about something else. What did you say exactly?
Where did you where did
The unique proposition. I think I zoomed out on the unique proposition. I only heard the last part where we have that you guys get the best price.
Oh, so I don't know exactly where I was at that moment. I was in the zone, but so let me just say it again.
Sure.
So for us, like in our local area, not many people are doing like this value driven approach way, right? With the editing and all that stuff. And it doesn't have to be this fancy editing. I will show you like iPhone-esque stuff like that, which is still kind of crushing it. But for us, our audience around our location is not affluent like yours. Like we don't have a Burberry like in our location. It's the suburbs. It's like there's Chili's around us. I don't know if you have that in Canada, like chain restaurants and stuff like that. So middle class. So our positioning is this, right? It's like you can see it here in the scripting. Hey, have you ever caught yourself daydreaming with ageless skin without the need of procedures and stuff like that? We're here to support you, right? So even that messaging coupled with ads just like this, outperforming everybody. And I'll tell you, one of my proudest moments is one of the clinics, like not even like 5 miles away, like booked an appointment with me, and I was like, I can't take you on because that's a conflict of interest.
Oh,
yes,
that's
you know.
okay. So basically, do you put ads on these videos, or you just let it run on your basically?
No, this is the authority funnel that you see in the program. So we run ads to this.
Okay.
Right. And because remember when I said I'll share this crude drawing that I did, but you remember when I said attention plus shareability equals virality? So we want people in our local area to share this with other moms, or you know what I mean? If you catch my drift, share it with other people. We've captured their attention, and thus we've created viral content in our local area, right? And thus, when we put a paid budget behind it too, it just puts it on steroids, right? So that's why I say like,
what's usually your budget for an ads like that? Like maybe like a 20-second video. How much budget would you invest a day on Facebook or Instagram?
well, I'll show you.
That do you find that works the best without like without being overly expensive, but also having a really good reach?
Well, this is what I look at. So did I share this with you before or no?
I think so. Yeah. Those are
Okay.
the, yeah.
Okay. I'm just going to say it again because it just answers your question. So in terms of budget, right? I believe in going the most possible without breaking the bank. But the reason why I say the most is because we're strategic, and if it's not working, we cut it, right?
Mhm.
So so for instance, this is how we were able to scale to now 175K a month is to get baseline metrics. So you see here, we spent $10,000 on Botox from August to December 31st, right? I don't know what that is a day, but we generated 77,000 with semaglutide. Was the 15 generated 106. But this is what is most important to me is the cost per sale, right? That's not factoring in like, are we getting them on a membership? Are we upselling to like a 5K package or whatnot? It's just what is the cost per sale for every, but yeah, what's the cost per sale? So for every $23 we spend, we get a Botox sale,
Yeah.
right?
That's so amazing. That's actually a really good revenue here, at multiplier. My question would be here, the Botox here, you are able to get 1,000 leads. Do you those ad that you send out, are they just content piece, or is there a value add? Like, do they get a discount when they book in through the ads?
So we started for the Botox, and this one was a grand opening special, right?
Uh-huh.
We did have a promotional offer, so it was like $9.99, right?
Oh, per unit.
9.95.
Yeah.
Yep. For semaglutide, and I know it's different in your area. I'm just saying this to just communicate the framework. With semaglutide, we can't be promotional just given the nature of the service. So we merely had to be purely educational, right? Take this with a grain of salt because here in America, like the wave of semaglutide and Wegovy and all that stuff is high, right? So that's a contributing factor, but we did not have a promotion here.
Like your normal price for a Botox, is it $12? Would you advertise as a regular price? And then if they go on a membership, is $9. If they go on, if they came for the grand open, it would be like $9.99. Is that how, can you promote a discount for your Botox from 12 to $9.99?
Yeah, that's what we did. Yeah. And I'm even curating a campaign right now saying $9 a unit
Yeah.
unlimited.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, we're telling the appointment setting staff to say like, hey, you have to get the membership. They don't want the membership, then it's just the old discounted price to get them in the door, right?
Which is
So
not 99 or the
$9.99. Yep. So this is me saying,
oh,
hey, to the team, I'm like, from a marketing perspective, like
yeah.
it's less stress to get the monthly recurring. So let's push that even more so.
Yeah, I
You know?
agree. I
Yeah.
agree. So Jordan, quick question for you is,
Mm.
um, here in Canada, like our clinic, we're not allowed to advertise discount for Botox or fillers. In the
Mhm.
US, there are no such regulations, right? Clearly you can do it because we get nicked in the butt for it. Like our college will come down on us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we have lots of competitors who are waiting for us to advertise it so they can just report it to the college.
Is that so? I have colleagues who are marketing agency owners here in Canada.
Mm.
I was actually conversing with them because you're one of my clients, right?
Yeah.
Um, so that's a thing for Google. They've communicated to me that they've run Botox ads on social. Is that true? Like discounted ads on social?
You even with discounted ad on social, you get nicked. Take a screenshot and send it to the college.
Okay. Okay. So with that in mind, then we would just purely go educational. And if you want to know more about Botox, just enter in your information, and one of our skincare specialists or whatnot will reach out with a custom plan or something like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Can I ask you, like, in terms of the the Botox you guys have, do you guys do bulk buy? If they bulk buy, you get a discount, or no? It's basically if they're on a membership, they get a discount.
No, are you talking about when we buy from Allergan? that what you said?
No, like when the clients say, okay, I'm going to just buy, 100, like, I want to buy 200 units. Can you give me a discount? Do you ever
Like on,
give,
on the membership?
not on the membership, just pre-purchase their Botox?
That I'm not aware of. I just know that we're just doing the 9.99 promotion and $9 a unit unlimited if you're doing the monthly.
And what about the semaglutide? Like how does it work in the United States in terms of your package? First of all, do you have one membership or do you have multiple membership, Jordan?
We have multiple memberships for different services. So like IV hydration, laser hair removal, Botox, and semaglutide. So different ones. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And in terms of the semaglutide, how does that work in the United States?
Expand on your question. Just
So for your clinic, how does the membership work for the semaglutide?
oh, so
Yeah.
the membership is this: they pay in full 3 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a discounted rate off the 3 months, just acknowledging on the fourth month they just need to increase. Majority of people just need to increase the dosage, so we profit on the back end as well.
So what does that look like? Let's say I come in and I want to do a program with semaglutide. I say you have to pre-purchase the 3 month, and then you can add on month by month. Is that how it goes?
Yeah, it's month to month afterwards, but it's based on the dosage. I know the 3 month is $300 paid in full, so it's like $300, but it's a minimal dosage, and then we increase from there.
So they pay $300 to get 3 months of semaglutide on a weekly injection basis. Is that how it is? So then, so for example, for us, like if we buy the product, semaglutide, it will cost us about $200 a month. That would be $600. So
Yeah,
the $200 for 3 months would not be profitable for us.
yeah, we were talking about that last time, and even with like you told me that people can just get semaglutide just at their pharmacy. Yeah.
They can, if the doctor is willing to prescribe it. Some doctors are not willing to prescribe it. Yeah.
So even more so, factoring in that authority funnel, like content position from you is we help you achieve your weight loss goals through accountability. We just so happen to provide semaglutide, right? So more so of a positioning of I'm a medical doctor. I will guide you on achieving your weight loss goals safely, right?
Mhm.
So happen to have semaglutide.
The only thing about, with the semaglutide, when I look at your Excel sheet previously, there was like almost like for the cost of marketing, there's almost like a 10x, which is amazing. However, like in reality, like if you're charging only $300 for 3 months of semaglutide, how are you making the earnings then?
On the back end too, right? So by month 4, we're increasing that dosage.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so we're profiting more so there, and then it's just the normal price, right? So it's a promotional price to get them in.
Oh, so first 3 months is like you charge $300 per month. Is that right? For 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Mm-hmm.
after that, what is the normal rate for semaglutide?
That I'm
Not really sure, but it's in.
I can't remember. I could get that information for you though.
So basically, like the first 3 months, you guys are not earning much money off of the medication and the service, but after it is you're kind of setting up as a repeating, um, basically as a repeating journey for the clients to continue their semaglutide journey with you
Mm-hmm.
guys. But
Yep.
then if they were to purchase it themselves over the counter, can they do that in the state? Can
No.
they, can they find a doctor and then have them prescribe semaglutide for them?
It's not covered by health insurance. So what I can say to you is I haven't heard that. It could be, but I haven't heard that in our location. So that's why most clinics that I know of are offering like the semaglutide, which is like in the positioning is it's the same active ingredient as Wegovy, right? So what I know is it's not covered by health insurance, and that's why it's a big driver for us.
Health insurance, how much does it cost if there's not covered by health insurance, a semaglutide?
That I don't know. That I don't know.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah,
So, okay. So in our case, I don't think it's covered by health insurance unless it's prescribed by a doctor.
right,
But
right.
if prescribed by a doctor, like it can be considered because it's one of the treatment for diabetes type 2. Like it
Mhm.
support with the treatment of diabetes type 2. So in your in the United States, if a doctor prescribe it, it's still not covered by health insurance, right?
Not that I'm aware of, right? And it's more so that I don't know if they would prescribe it just for the weight loss component. It's like you have to have diabetes.
I see, I see. Okay, well, that's really, really interesting with the semi-clip because we definitely want to. So right now, what we do is if they buy like a package of like services for cool sculpting, for example. I don't know if
Hmm.
you guys offer that, but then they can get some semi-glutide that we prescribe semi-glutide from time to time for free. But maybe we can monetize that then.
Let me ask you, like, what
We can just
does
put them through the door and we can do the injections for them.
yeah, that's possible. Why do you offer semi-glutide with cool sculpting anyway? Is that just
Just to improve
increase?
the results. Yeah, sometimes people, they're not a candidate for cool sculpting. So we
Mhm.
add on a semi-glutide so we make sure they see some results. But most people, we don't, because there's so much, there could be adverse reaction if you're not supervising them, right, on a weekly basis. In this case, we're not. So we're just prescribing it for a month.
Yeah, I still think you can still
Mm,
I I still think you can still capture the same results as us, even though you're in Canada, because one, we don't say semaglutide in our advertising, just given our restrictions. We just say weekly weight loss or medical weight loss,
okay.
right? So since you're, you know, we're obviously, going through like a provider, FDA approved and all that stuff. But for you, we don't have a doctor like on staff. It's an RN. So coming from you in the positioning of medical accountability from a doctor who will be in charge of your journey, I still think will bear fruit, especially given like that content triangle that I just shared with you today.
Okay. Well, I think it will provide value because we really want to achieve some great results with the weight loss. And in terms of the dosage, you say that when they go to supervised semaglutide, supervised semaglutide package with you guys, it gets monitored on a weekly basis. So the patient come in, probably do the injection, do the
Mhm.
weight, talk a little bit about diet and exercise, and then they go back. So and then they escalate the dose slowly. When you talk about like they get on a low dose for the first 3 months and then they go on a higher dose later on. What if they have a complication? What if they have nausea? Is there like, do you guys have do you have follow-ups on that, or they just come on a weekly basis?
We follow up, and on staff is a registered nurse, so she's following up with them and their journey. So again, I
Mhm.
can't speak to the medical technical expertise, but they do. She does follow up with them, and if there's any concerns or complications, she handles that.
Okay, got it. So there is pretty good supervision with that.
Hmm.
In terms of all the packages you sell, you guys also sell IV hydration packages. Like all these packages, which one has been like the most, like out of 10 people, how many people will actually choose to buy a package for
Uh,
different service?
our
Like,
main driver is Botox, the aesthetic membership, and semaglutide. We do have the IV hydration and um, laser hair removal, but I can tell you we hired more semaglutide injectors or semaglutide specialists, and we're trying to up we're trying to also consider like the other aesthetic ones because we want to fill their calendars as well.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
but yeah, the main driver and the main memberships that we sell are Botox and semaglutide.
Botox and okay, I see. So the IV hydration, all of that, they're a little bit less converting. Um,
Hmm. Yeah, because like we do our margins are pretty favorable. We can be aggressive with our marketing, like 50% off, and just the bag, and then you know, adding on the NAD plus and all that stuff. But what's catching on is the aesthetic membership and the weight loss. So
Okay, that's really good. Like, I think, there's something so valuable with creating membership for clients. Sometimes they're wondering, oh, why would I want to pay a repeating $99? Like, for example, Asians, they don't barely have credit cards here. Like, they don't like to use,
Wait,
well,
what?
they do, but I mean, they just use, as like, we here in Vancouver use a lot of WeChat Pay and Alipay for Asian customers. So basically, their husbands are working in China and earning loads of money, and they're here to spend it. So that's their goal. And then the money comes from a lot from the WeChat Pay. So having a recurring membership, we have to ask if we can activate that from the
Is
WeChat.
that a
Pay.
is that a lot? Is that audience pretty sizable?
I think that's our ideal or dream clients for sure.
Um, do you have anyone that can speak Chinese?
Oh yeah, we have a whole team. Our managements are all Chinese people.
um, so I'll tell you, I will give you some insight.
Okay.
Um, I, I only speak English, and I can only kind of guide. But they're one of my clients. Was in California. The population was high, majority Latinos, right? Latinas, and with my guidance, I was like, "Here's the script. Translate it. I obviously know nothing about Spanish, so you'll have to like make sure it makes sense."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But we launched that ad, and it was nuts. It
Oh,
was nuts. Yeah. So that's something that I could,
yeah.
obviously script
What?
out like in the program, right?
Yeah.
But I think you would, if you're telling me that's your dream client, and we
Yeah.
just talked about getting your dream client, and they
Yeah.
make a bunch of money,
Yeah.
might be beneficial for you to make an ad, same framework, but in Chinese.
Yes. Absolutely. So if you have some script that really works, I can translate it, or AI can translate it in Chinese, and I can do the video in Chinese as well.
Okay. I mean, I'll send you scripts
Oh,
that we
really?
use now
Yeah.
for Botox and semaglutide. Um, You just personalize it and obviously make sure it makes sense in Chinese, but I think that'll give you a good base.
So that would be really wonderful. What?
Honestly, if you're telling me there's a big population there, I'm excited for you to launch the campaign so I could see.
Yes, there's huge population. Our number one population in downtown, we wish it to be
Think
Asian.
about it like think about it like this. Man, I'm excited for you. This is
Yes,
why I like
thank you, Jordan. This is,
coaching, because it's like, oh yeah.
yeah,
So you, I'm gonna screenshot my crude drawing so you can have it.
yeah,
But
thank you.
remember, attention plus shareability equals virality.
Yeah,
Attention. And ads with someone speaking Chinese, their language. No
yeah,
one's doing that.
yeah,
Shareability, because it's so new and no one's speaking Chinese and it's done in a personal manner. I can't speak culturally, but I can only imagine that they would share it with their friends,
yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Yeah. So I
If
think
you
if
if you let me know what's the what angle we should take for our script, I can create some Chinese
well,
and then send it to
let
uh
me
media.
I,
Mhm.
we have a couple minutes left, and I know I would say I said we would record, but I feel like we just hit on some gold here. So I want to I
That's
want to
fine.
stay on this.
Next time.
We can schedule that. I don't know if you know this, but I have my master's in marketing, and a lot of it, not a lot of it, but one of my like projects was marketing in different cultures, right? So you tell me culturally, what do they care about, and I could provide some guidance.
Oh yeah.
I'll obviously send the script, but I'll provide some guidance. But tell
Yeah.
me culturally, Chinese people in your area, what do they care about?
Yeah, culturally, Chinese people in the area, first of all, they care about their children's education. So they would only come to our clinic when during the time their kids are at school. So at
Boom.
3 o'clock, they need to leave. They need to get their kids. So one of our clinic has, one of the biggest competitor. They have a childcare services within their facility, so they understand the need for those Chinese people. Okay, so
I'm gonna stop you here just because I got an idea. So, um, getting back your time, you saying, "Hey, we have it. Our procedures are designed to get you in and out, so you can get back to your families." Does that resonate with the Chinese audience or no?
that would resonate for them no, not really, because on the other side of the spectrum, they want discrete private services where we take our time, because our clients, if they're Chinese, they come over, they'll arrive slightly late, and they'll spend a lot of time. Like they want a service where it's going to last an hour long, where a lot of Caucasians, they just want it in and out. Okay, so
similar to us Filipinos, I see.
yeah. So the Chinese people, they want a lot elaborate luxury. They want to always have someone in the room as well. They want someone holding the eyes. They are very high end, and they always wear like brand name clothing, branding this, even if like, because a lot of them are new rich, they're not old rich. So they come here, like their husband, but like send them the money. They have like lots of money, so they like to showcase their cars, their purse, like they're wearing $5,000 of pants coming in, and they're just very, very luxury. They don't really like to wait, but they want great service. They want to see results. They want a clinic that they can trust. And then what happened is that recently, I told you, our greatest competitor has been diluting their product. So that their name has been, unfortunately, they created a really bad press. They went to the court.
This is the perfect time for you to create content like this.
Exactly. So now I need to find out what's the entry point for the content.
Okay. Well, I'll send you the scripts, right? Maybe on next call that we can talk about like how we appeal to the Chinese audience. But let me ask you this: Chinese audience, do they care about first impressions? Is that a big thing for them?
Yeah, they want to go to a clinic that looks like Versace, like the Versace, like Versailles, the Chateau de Versailles, like very luxurious. They also like, they like to go to a place where they feel pampered, for sure.
So
everything appearance, like that clinic that does really better than us. Okay, they're known for the size, like it's first a very big clinic. Secondly, they're up in the office, no one can see them. Okay, but they still are the number one in Vancouver because that they cater to the mindset of the Chinese people.
Okay. So I based on what you're telling me, I take back what I said about like, hey, it can be on the iPhone. With the Chinese audience, I would recommend, if you're going to do this, do it on a camera like this, where it's shot in 4K, and you can just tell the difference between 4K and an iPhone and 4K on this. Here in America, like it doesn't matter, right? But given what you're telling me based on like who your dream client is and me as your coach, I'd be like, hey, if you want to capitalize on this big demographic that you're telling me, which is your dream client, and they have money to spend, I would film it on a higher end camera than an iPhone, just for the sheer like shock value of like, whoa, these people mean business,
Yeah, we do have someone that we already prepaid for like 10 sessions of videos.
Oh, cool.
So they're doing on like everything is on a stage and 4K cameras, everything. So we can do that. And we want to do that for the launch. I know there's only a couple minutes left. I just want to go over because we're about our launch is on the 16th. So so I really want to create some videos before that. And also we're sending invitation to maybe like 200 of influencers, well, maybe 200 influencers in the local cities, to have them come not only to try a little bit of our service, but also to see our clinic. Then we only expect about less than 100 people to come. Okay, because not everyone is going to come, but we're sending out 200 invitations. And then we just want to know like what would make sense for an offer. So our basically our offer right now is that they're going to receive a complimentary facial or laser service as a tester to our to test our clinic services. But and then on the day of the opening, for 1 month, the first month of the opening, we're giving them 30%. They can earn 30% store credit. So whatever they purchase, they earn 30% more as they add on store credit. So basically that's our two offers. I don't know what your thoughts are.
If I know one thing, if it is an affluent crowd,
they are influencers, and we want.
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
So they're influencers, but the 30% earn 30% credits for everyone in downtown.
So there's two modes of thought, right? One, you can think about this as we know that content pays dividends. You can think about it like, if we get, say, the majority of the influencers to create vlog-esque content, and here's what I mean by that, is them saying, hey guys, Brittany here. Just checking out this new med spa that opened up in Vancouver. Just gonna walk you through my experience, blah, 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 right? And then they film like the intro, you guys giving the service that, basically what you mentioned about the Chinese demographic, how they want to be pampered, they want someone in the room. If they can all communicate that, I would say give a free service in exchange for that.
Yeah.
The more the more vlog testimonials that they can create, and are they going to post it on their audience and drive traffic too?
They have to. Yeah.
Even more so, I would say that I would work it out in the deal where it's like, I could use this content as a paid ad.
Okay. Which is great for them, because then like if they do a good one, we will use their content as a paid ad, they get more viral.
Right. So that's what I would recommend to you is the free, right? And assuming that the team is like thinking about sales, like it's possible that you can sell those influencers on a membership too if they're in the area and they, want to continue, right? Why wouldn't they? If you guys are like given the immaculate service, even if they are influencers, they're going to be like, oh, this is awesome. Why wouldn't I get the membership? And you could even call it like it's our secret influencer membership program. You could just brand it as such,
Yeah. So then they know they have like the best, deals,
100%.
Sorry.
At this juncture, I would prioritize getting the content from them. And I'm saying this because I'm just going to trust you and say that, these are good influencers. They have a good audience.
Yeah.
I would just prioritize the content,
Yeah, that would be so good. That would be really good. And in terms of the offer that we give, like earn 30% credit, like maybe they should be a member as well. So they have to first be a member with us, and then they can, whatever they spend during that 30 days, they can get like that membership. We right now have 2 membership, Jordan. One is $99, one is $299. So we call it the gold and the silver membership. The silver membership, which is $99, offers access to all of our packages and 2 gift cards of $50 and basically something like a 5% discount on product. And then the $299 gives us access to, we talk about everything on the Access One, to the silver, plus they will also have access to some like a pay-as-you-go option, so that they don't have to spend all the whole amount in the beginning, and also they get 10% off discount on the services. Okay, so those are the things that we have for our memberships. But do you think we should launch a new membership for downtown for the grand open to try to capture the monthly?
I think, yes, I do think that. I think how you're describing it to me is they're just getting things, right? What I'd like, if we're going back to like dream clients and what they need to survive, and then also factoring in like just around your location. I know for a fact that people who are more affluent, they want to be a part of something that normal people can't get into. That makes sense, right? So you get this, and you can get this that not many people can get anywhere else. So an example would be like this is not an example that I would use for your location, just because it's like a price point. You tell me if it would work, but it's like, hey, our membership is exclusive just for people that come into the clinic every young, and you get $9 unit Botox, unlimited. No one else has that, but you get access to this, but just being a part of our community and membership. As opposed to saying you get a discount, blah, 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 It's almost like a scarcity, like I'm part of this club now.
Yeah. So if they're part of this exclusive club, they can get access to something that is unique with us.
100%.
Like, for example, pre-booking, They can probably get, I don't know, like a event. They can come to our event.
It's even like access to like this is an example. And then I have to hop off here. I just told my other client that, hey, give me 5 minutes. But
Sure, thank you.
yeah, no worries. Even again, not something, maybe it's something you do. This is just an example, but it's something exclusive where they only get by doing this membership. It's like, hey, you even get access to myself, and I will personally guide you on your aesthetic journey to reach your aesthetic goals.
Mm.
You know, I'm a doctor, so I got your back.
So yeah, that would be really.
So if you're, and then also like it sparked my idea when you said like the Chinese audience like care about that. Like, man, if you're getting this exclusive thing, no one's getting it, but it's a service that where I'm literally in the room with you at all times, quote unquote. That might be something that, you know what I mean, you push.
Yeah. Okay, that's a really good idea. I really like your membership, a monthly membership. And initially I'm thinking maybe people might not be open to paying $99 a month when we have yearly memberships.
Yeah.
But then like if we can make it pretty attractive, that
I
would
think
be.
if you position it where it's an exclusive thing that no one else can get, and it's white glove. And when I say white glove, it's just like, maybe you're doing a group call, or maybe you're just reaching out to them personally from you. You know what I mean? That's what they invest in is you, right? So for instance, like you invested in me, you didn't really know what to expect, but you invested in me. And that's ultimately what I'm trying to teach clinic owners is they invest in you. Your expertise, you know what I mean? If you promote you, then they'll pay, But I have to hop off here. I'm late for another call, but I'll reach out to you to schedule another call next week.
Yes. Thank you so much, Jordan. We'll chat soon.
Of course. Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.